Welcome back to the Ultimate Diecast Garage, where today we're unboxing and reviewing this Aurora Model Liberty Walk Ferrari F40. Now, straight away you can see the Aurora Model logo front and centre and all the way around the model, with the nice thicker packaging to protect the acrylic case, which obviously you know I do prefer. You can see it comes on the nice leather style base with the F40 at the front. You can see the model lovely contrast to the white base. Really nicely displayed if you do want to leave it like that. But obviously, you know, we do unbox it. You can see it does say F40 on the base plate, the number, and also Aurora model with 164 as well. Now, with the model fully unboxed, what caught my eye straight away was the level of detail on that interior with the bucket seats and the harnesses. Now, the harnesses are painted on, but you can see them really clear through that windshield, which in my opinion looks really cool, and obviously is a step above a lot of other models which don't include the detail on the interior. Now, moving on to the wheels, you can see that this really nice bronze 6-spoke deep dish wheel, which do have a nice detailed brake disc and caliper behind them. They don't really spin too freely, the back one a little bit more than the front, but if you do want the model to roll, I do recommend a wheel swapping it, although in my opinion these wheels really do suit the model. But as we move on to the rear of the model, you can see the Ferrari badge and the F40 plate nice and centre with that see-through grille where you can see the incredibly detailed engine bay and the really nicely detailed engine as well, which in my opinion is one of the most detailed engines I have seen on the market. You can see all the pipework, all the individual pieces which look absolutely fantastic if you do look really close. Very cool in my opinion. Plus the carbon effect on the spoiler and all the canards, very realistic, and the paint finish as well is absolutely fantastic. All the decals are really nicely placed and you can't see any of the placement marks at all, and the Ferrari badges are super clean and super crisp up close. You can really make out what they are. Now, although I did mention the level of detail on the bucket seats and harnesses, there is a little bit more detail on that interior with something in the passenger footwell. I'm not sure if it's a fire extinguisher, although it isn't red, you can still see a silver, what looks to be a tank of some sort in the rear footwell, or in the passenger footwell should I say. Really cool level of detail that obviously not very many people will go looking for, but you can still see that it is there nonetheless. Now, overall, I do think this model is one of the best on the market for the Ferrari F40. The level of detail and the finish is absolutely fantastic, and honestly for the price you're not going to get much better with the level of detail on that engine bay. Now, one thing I did also like was the fact that the rear grille, although it is completely flat and doesn't have any 3D effect to it, you can see that it is completely see-through and you can see the engine detail through the grille, which in my opinion is absolutely fantastic and really sets the model apart from the others, as it adds a level of realism that other models just don't have, with that grille being a completely flat piece of plastic. Obviously the 3D effect does help a lot with realism, but not as much as being able to see the actual engine through the actual grille. In my opinion, this model is definitely worth the money, as overall the level of detail that it does have is definitely worth the price point of around £25 to £30. As you can see, the body lines are absolutely fantastic. The level of detail with the engine bay and obviously the interior as well is really good, and also the wheels with the brake disc and calipers. Now, proportionally, this model is also absolutely excellent compared to every other brand that I have reviewed. It sits absolutely perfectly and you couldn't tell the difference. It's really well done. Obviously the level of detail does make this model stand out, especially with that chrome metallic paint. Absolutely fantastic and really well applied. Like I say, this model is really well done and definitely one for you Ferrari fans.